for TMZ?
We're from Vogue.
Alright, cool.
So, what's up?
I just got back from Rodeo. I was filming a music video with Kanye in the hills.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, wait, I really love your outfit.
Thanks.
Hold on, wait, what is that? Is that a Hemi?
Yeah, this is Hemichordata. It's similar to the family Annelida, the marine invertebrates with soft bodies and no limbs. They have dedicated organ systems specifically dedicated to reproduction and digestion. They're also divided into three sections: the proboscis, collar, and trunk. The worm here doesn't have any of these characteristics.
What's the diversity within the taxon?
Let's take a seat.
Alright.
There are two major groups within the taxon: Pteroneusta, also known as the acorn worm, and Pterobranchia. All their bodies are divided into the same three parts, but they have adapted differently. These adaptations mean their natural habitats and foods differ.
Can you explain these differences?
The acorn worms are more common, and they burrow through sand or mud in the sea instead of being tethered to a surface, and they eat by ingesting sand and mud and pick out nutrients that will allow them to sustain life by suspension feeding. Suspension feeding is done through particles in the water. This flexibility allows them more mobility, and they can reach lengths of over 2 meters. And Pterobranchia, on the other hand, live in secreted tubes in the ocean floor, and they have adapted to eat plankton out of the water, and food is pulled through the digestive system by cilia that are attached to the tentacles instead of a typical digestive system.
So, how do they develop and how do they move?
So there's deuterosomes that reproduce sexually. They produce eggs that hatch into larvae. The larvae then grow to be adults, and then Pterobranchia can also reproduce asexually by the budding technique, where cellular division forms an outgrowth. Both worms move in the same way. The proboscis is a muscular organ that is lined with cilia and allows the animal to move. The rest of the body follows as the proboscis leads.
Cool. How can I learn more about this?
I can set up a meeting with my taxon specialist if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can go meet him right now.
Alright, let's go. So, what do we have here?
So this tree is based off of our data matrix.
What characteristics did you use to build your tree?
We used 12 different characteristics to build our tree. Of those, it was the different types of tissue in the phylum, its cephalization, if the phylum had a body cavity or not, how it digested food, if it had a circulatory, respiratory, or digestive system and how those worked, whether or not it had a support system, how it moved, if it was segmented, if it had appendages, as well as if it had a nervous system, how it reproduced, what covered its body, and if it was monoecious or not.
Where is the most common ancestor on the tree?
So the most common ancestor is right here at the end of the tree.
Where is Hemichordata on your tree?
Hemichordata is at the end of our tree, and it turns out it has a sister taxon of Annelida, which isn't surprising because both of them are worms. We also made a more accurate tree, which is based off of the DNA sequence, and my friend will be able to show you that now. So what do we have here?
So here we have our phylogenetic tree that was built using our data matrix and a 16S rRNA sequence.
So what species is in the out group in this tree?
The outgroup in this tree is Phylum Porifera, and Phylum Porifera is a pore-bearing organism, which is the simplest of animals, which is why it is the outgroup in this tree.
Can you describe the different clades on the tree?
Yes, so here we have two pairs of sister taxon, and the one furthest away from our outgroup is Hemichordata, and its sister taxon is Chordata.
Is this tree or the last one we saw more accurate?
I would say that this tree is more accurate because this tree compares a genetic code, not characteristics like the other tree did. So if you want to learn more information, I'll take you over to somebody who knows more about the evolutionary history.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I was just wondering if I could learn about the evolutionary history from you.
Yeah, of course.
How long have hemichordates been around?
They've been found in fossils from the Cambrian time period, which was around 500 million years ago, but it wasn't until 150 years ago that these fossils were discovered.
How did the group originate?
They originate from a bilateral deuterostome ancestor as seen from the tree in the literature. At the deuterostome ancestor, chordates branch off with a dorsal tail, notochord, and a nervous system, all things that hemichordates lack. The echinoderms and hemichordates branch off with shared features in a tripartite coelom and larva, which makes them sister taxon.
How exactly have they evolved?
Scientists are struggling to figure out exactly how they evolved because they come from a deuterostome ancestor like chordates, but they resemble protostomes more than they do chordates at 60% shared domains. They also aren't sure how or why hemichordates made changes like inverting their bodies or losing a central nervous system. Because of this, there are a few different theories of how they evolved, but no fixed answer.
Why is this tree different than ones previously shown?
Trees can be different based on what is being presented in the tree. For example, the data matrix tree presented earlier is different than the tree in the literature because it's based on physical properties rather than genetic sequences. And in both of the trees before, they compare hemichordates to distant taxa instead of its closest relatives. So it shows the evolutionary relationship among a broader range of species.
Thank you for coming to my home and personal research library. Hope you learned a lot.